Welcome back. As we start by telling you that the prospects of marine and blue economy include marine transport and infrastructure, coastal and marine tourism, renewable energy, marine biotechnology and research. This list is endless. Despite these, the sector has not been performing optimally. A marine and blue economy expert, Ronke Kosoko, has itemized steps to be taken to actualize the immeasurable gains in the sector. Takwa Labi is standing by with the report.
Nigeria's economy grew by 3.98% in the third quarter of 2025, according to the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS). This is higher than the 3.86% recorded in the same quarter of 2024 and reflects improvements across agriculture 3.79%, industry 3.77%, and services 4.15%. The maritime sector, despite Nigeria's 850-kilometer coastline and expansive exclusive economic zone, currently contributes less than 3% to GDP, far below its potential. The creation of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had created an opportunity to rethink strategy, align public and private sector efforts, and accelerate reforms in ports, shipping, fisheries, tourism, shipbuilding, and marine energy. And Nigeria's quest to building a $1 trillion economy is receiving a major private sector push as the Maritime Innovation Hub, in partnership with the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, unveiled an ambitious framework aimed at unlocking the vast but underutilized potential of the nation's blue economy. Nigeria's maritime sector has the potential to contribute over $100 billion annually to the national GDP if fully developed, as the global economic potential of the marine and blue economy is significant, valued at approximately $1.5 trillion annually, with projections to double to over $3 trillion by 2030. Ahead of a Blue Economy Investment Summit scheduled for March 2026, stakeholders at a media parley in Abuja believe Nigeria could no longer afford talk shops and recycled ideas if it must close an estimated $750 billion GDP gap within the next decade, as the Maritime Innovations Hub is working on a private sector-led platform designed to drive innovation, investment mobilization, governance reforms, and human capacity development across the entire maritime value chain, stressing that the focus will be on measurable outcomes rather than rhetoric.
How do we transport food, for instance, across 28 states that are connected by inland waterways? When NIWA is doing their own thing, and Ministry of Agriculture is not there. Those are just examples. The groups are coming, and probably many of you in this room have never heard about them before. And their ecosystem can create billions of dollars of value. So that is what we're trying to do, collapse silos in all forms and help people amplify their impact. So each one can leverage the strength of the other, and the ones who have weaknesses, we know how to hold everyone together. At the end of the day, Nigeria is our focus, and the people called Nigerians they also need to be at the center of some of these things.
They believe Nigeria has the assets, the location, and the market, and what it lacked is execution.
Investments in water is so massive that government cannot, and I don't think they will ever be able to carry it. So the need for this kind of pally is very, very essential. Just for the infrastructures alone, for waterways transportation, is going into trillions. And the major part of it is the one we call capital dredging. We are supposed to dredge 2,000 kilometers for the 4 years of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. So we've been on the lookout for people who can sponsor this capital dredging so that inland waterways transportation will be easier.
We in NIWA have the mandate to control, manage, and sustain all activities on all inland waterways that span across 28 states of the Federation. For the investors here, investors might want to ask, what is the attraction? What are the highlights? What are the new things that NIWA is bringing on board to attract investments? NIWA has in place to drive private investment in water transportation. We have clear legal and statutory framework.
A whole lot of work has been done in the last 2 years by the ministry, charting the policy direction, which has gained approval by the Federal Executive Council. First execution for the next 10 years, and we are also executing over those same period, bringing in investors. So far, we've brought about $1.3 billion investment to the table. Some of those investors are coming into the country in March. They were here in June. They were to come back in August. There are some things they asked us to do with the ministry and the head of agencies, which we are doing. Our committee is working with the members of the committee, which includes all the agencies, and that's NEWA, NEMASA, MP, and ministry. The PBAT media team are taking on the youth demographics, and they'll be going to be communicating more with that demographic so that they can assess the job, the training, the opportunities on the table. So 15 deal rooms in a nutshell, 270,000 young people who will be participating from across the state capital, and every state governor has been communicated with on this, and they are responding. Rivers, Lagos, Abia, Kogi, and all that. The list is ongoing.
Key priorities outlined include modernization of ports infrastructure, reduction of logistics costs, deployment of digital single-window systems, development of local shipbuilding and dry docking capacity, sustainable fisheries and aquaculture, as well as expansion of coastal tourism.
Generation that is there now would have to do two jobs. The first would be keeping the industry up. The second will be ensuring that we are intentional about going out of our way to drive participation in blue economy. It's also important to have and see role models who are already succeeding in the sector. Because if you have and see role models who are succeeding in the sector, it is easier.
Our platform is about execution. Everybody knows what the problem is. We've set the stage behind the scene in the last 2 years. On one hand, we are bringing investment that people can see, government can see. On the other side, there are people who need this investment, they are on the table. On the other side, the young people who need the funding, who need the training, and they are on the table. The people who want to fund them, they are on the table. So everybody in the room has a role to play, and they are already communicated with, and the responses are coming. Nigerians in diaspora also, some ministers with overlapping areas of alignment with the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. So the work has taken off. We just came out to communicate with the media, and we'll be working with you over the next 3 months into the summit itself.
With recent milestones in the sector, including Nigeria's return to Category C at the International Maritime Organization after 14 years, the completion of the Institute of Maritime Studies at the University of Lagos, and the launch of major coastal infrastructure projects such as Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway Signal, growing alignment around the blue economy agenda. For the stakeholders, the conversation is not just an event, it is a movement and a step to move Nigeria from potential to productivity, from speeches to execution, and the fact that the blue economy offers the country that chance if those concerned are ready to do the work. For Business 24, Tokwe Alabi,